There's a Republican uprising in Congress as GOP leaders are defying Senator McConnell's surrender to the Democrats. In this video, we're going to take a look at the revolution going on in the House and in the Senate, how more and more Republicans are openly defying McConnell's attempt at throwing President Trump under the bus, and why these Republican fighters are indeed fast becoming the new leaders of a victorious Republican majority. You are not going to want to miss this. Welcome, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you, ready to bring you our latest episode celebrating the inevitable collapse of left-wing globalism and the unstoppable rise of a new conservative age. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. We'd love to have you as a regular part of this channel where each and every single day we focus on optimism and encouragement amidst of all the defeatist fake news nonsense spewed out by the mainstream media. But first, let's give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this video, and that's Collagen, available at my special website, healthwithsteveturley.com. Now, if you don't know, collagen may indeed be the closest thing we'll ever get to a real fountain of youth. Many health experts now agree that consuming collagen helps to renew and revitalize how you look and how you feel. Taking collagen regularly can revitalize your body, can make your skin, bones, even your hair look and feel more healthy and youthful. I just had a nice cup of coffee with collagen mixed in it. It is great. And if you click on that link below right now, you can get 51% off your order. But don't wait. This is a limited time offer. Click on that link below today and get your own collagen supply. You'll be glad that you did. All right, let's dive right in here. Republicans are rising up against Senate Leader Mitch McConnell's attempt to throw Trump under the bus and officially recognize Sleepy Joe as the official president-elect. What an embarrassment. House Republican Mo Brooks is leading the charge in the House, calling on his fellow congressional Republicans to sign on to his effort to challenge the certification of the Electoral College's vote on January 6th, calling Joe Biden's election victory, quote, illegitimate. Now, we talked about January 6th several times in our other videos. January 6th is the date that the president of the Senate, which is Vice President Mike Pence, may or indeed may not certify the electoral vote. So this is why we've been saying all along here that no matter what happens in the month of December, this is not over. It's really, when all's said and done, the key here is January 6th. That's when this all ends, with either Vice President Mike Pence officially certifying the electoral vote, or he refuses to do so and all hell breaks loose. We ain't seen nothing yet at that point. And what Mo Brooks is doing here is he's the first to step in, making sure that those electoral votes are not certified. According to Representative Brooks, quote, the law is very clear. The House of Representatives, in combination with the United States Senate, has the lawful authority to accept or reject electoral college submissions from states with such flawed election systems that they are not worthy of our trust. Now, of course, in particular, he's referring to the 4 states that Texas sued in their massive bombshell lawsuit: Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Georgia, all of whom saw radical electoral anomalies surrounding the November 3rd election. Pollsters Richard Barris, Patrick Basham, and others have documented how Biden underperformed in every single municipality throughout the nation. In comparison with 2016 election, he underperformed in every single municipality, for the exception of 4: Milwaukee, Detroit, Philadelphia, and Atlanta. Coincidentally, the very states he needed in order to win the election. Moreover, Biden did not merely outperform in those 4 municipalities, he superperformed. He super-arrogated in a manner completely inconsistent with how he performed in any other municipality. Biden won a record low of only 17% of counties. He barely won 524 counties. That's opposed to the 873 counties Obama won in 2008. And yet, somehow Biden outperformed Obama in the total number of votes. Moreover, I'm sure you know that Trump won 16 of the 17 bellwether counties that have determined the winner of every general election since 1984. And he won them by an average of 16 points. So again, Representative Mo Brooks here, like tens of millions of other Americans, simply want to get to the bottom of all this. And he refuses to accept the electoral votes from states that he believes, as do many others, exemplified demonstrable anomalous voting patterns. Now, Mo Brooks is not alone. He's being joined by two of the newest members of Congress, Barry Moore of Alabama and Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia, both of whom have pledged to vote against the certification of the pending Electoral College votes. And as we speak, a Senate Oversight Committee is holding hearings today on Capitol Hill. Chairman of the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, Ron Johnson, the senator from Wisconsin, has officially called in these hearings for a full forensic audit investigation of Dominion voting systems. He made it clear that experts must be given the opportunity to examine and investigate the Dominion voting systems machines used during the 2020 presidential election. And these are his words, quote, in order to effectively determine the extent to which voting machines were subject to nefarious intrusion or other vulnerabilities. And so he wants to see computer science experts given the opportunity to examine these allegations fully and comprehensively. Now, as all of that is going on, Senator Rand Paul is starting to make some noise here. It's being reported that he is actually considering joining Congressman Mo Brooks in objecting to the certification of Electoral College votes in Congress. Now, this is necessary to challenge the Electoral College. You have to have an objection filed and endorsed by at least one U.S. senator and one U.S. representative. And once filed and endorsed, then both chambers of Congress, Senate and House, they have to debate. They have to deliberate. I believe it's slated for at least a 2-hour debate, okay, over the merits and the demerits of the objection. And a simple majority is enough to overturn the electors. Now, again, it is a long shot, but then you also have Vice President Mike Pence possibly refusing to certify the electors even after the debate. Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin is considering endorsing the challenge as well. So once again, it's so important for us to get here. This is not over. You are seeing Republicans rising up in Washington, D.C., rebelling against their Senate Majority Leader who threw President Trump under the bus and effectively endorsed a Romney Republican Party that will in turn alienate 95% of the Republican base. Now, before I get into that, I want to personally invite you to our exclusive New Year's virtual conference on January 9th, 2021 to help you feel prepared for the year ahead. We're going to give you the information you need to remain strong and confident, whatever may come, precisely because we're going to give you a long-term perspective that will give you the assurance you need to head into the new year with confidence and resolve. Now, seating for the conference is limited, and to make it even better, as of today, we've got our early bird sale pricing that you can take advantage of. But that ends on Friday at midnight. And if you join our Insiders Club, you can even get more of a discount. So don't wait. Make sure to click on that link below. Take advantage of our early bird registration special, which ends this Friday. And you'll be glad to know that a portion of the proceeds are going to go to Good Neighbors Home Repair. So not only are you going to get blessed from this, but you're going to bless others with your registration as well. So do not wait. Click on that link below and register for our New Year's virtual conference today. All right. Now, remember, not only did President Trump win more votes than any sitting president in American history, but he won an astonishing 95% of the Republican vote. Okay, that's a percentage point higher than he got in the primaries. He got 94% of the Republican vote in the primaries. And what these feckless Republican leaders, these so-called leaders like McConnell and Romney and Pat Toomey of Pennsylvania, what they are doing is that they are in the process of effectively alienating 95% of their base, for which the New York Times, by the way, couldn't be happier. All right, that's why they give Romney and McConnell all this glowing coverage, because they know that Romney and McConnell are single-handedly killing the Republican Party. And to make matters worse, what we have to understand is that the Republican Party has turned officially into a populist party as of 2016. And populist parties operate according to fundamentally different politics than the kind practiced by Romney and McConnell. We have to remember that populists are not driven by ideology like conservative versus liberal. They're not driven by party loyalties, Republican versus Democrat. In fact, party loyalties have never been weaker than they are right now. No, the new populist Republican Party, 95% of which voted for Trump, they're motivated by the animosity between the people versus the political class, the ruled versus the rulers. Populists are deeply suspicious of our elite class, our political elite, our corporate, our media elite, who are seen as ruling for their own benefit at the expense of those they claim to represent. That's why populists despise these rhino Republicans who seem to live in a world all of their own. You have the entire Republican base rising up and saying, we want you to fight for Trump. We want you to get to the bottom of this election, investigate it. We want you to stop kowtowing to the Democrats and their propaganda wing and the mainstream media. Stop talking to CNN more than you talk to us. And all they get in response is, the Electoral College has spoken. Joe Biden is the president-elect. And if you don't believe that, you're some kind of conspiracy kook. You see, the Mitch McConnell Republicans come across as ruling in accordance with their own values, which are they have more in common with Nancy Pelosi than they do with Donald Trump. They're totally alienating their base. Instead, populists want to see a politics of the people that restores democratic rule and institutions as compatible with the values and concerns of the people. And as such, the government acts in accordance with those concerns. Not with their own concerns, not the concerns of the political class, but in accordance with the concerns of the citizens, of the people. That's what we're seeing with these Republicans rising up. That's what we're seeing with Mo Brooks. That's what we're seeing with Rand Paul, Ron Johnson. We're seeing a politics of the people enacted in the halls of Congress. We've seen these 4 years in the White House, the politics of the people. If the Republicans want to stay in power, they had better tell the likes of Romney Republicans to stuff it and instead boldly enact a politics of the people in the halls of Congress as well. Now, before you go, make sure to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. And you will definitely want to check out my latest video. I just uploaded it on how President Trump actually retweeted the call to jail the Georgia governor as renewed support for a Texit referendum surges. You're not going to want to miss that. So make sure to click on the link, and I will see you over there. God bless.